we have our 20-minute mobility workout today. We don't need too much equipment here. All we're going to need is just a mat if you want to. If you don't have a soft carpet, a mat would be good. Yoga mat, any type of mat to pad your knees. Also a chair. We will need a chair for part of this workout towards the end. So that's all you need today, and the rest is just going to be with body weight. So we're going to start off, as we always do, warming up the diaphragm. So we're going to lay on our backs here. We're going to do about a minute of diaphragmatic breathing. So we're just going to be on our back here, knees up, and we're going to focus on breathing down into the belly, not into our chest. So one hand can go on the chest, one hand on the belly. Breathe in, feel that hand on your belly going up and down, not the hand on your chest. So we're breathing in for about 2 to 3 seconds. On the way out, we're going to breathe out for about 3 to 4 seconds. Try to fill that whole area around your belly up with air, not just the front of your belly, but also the sides. You can even try to feel your lower back pressing to the ground as well. Create some good pressure down there using your diaphragm. Good. Next thing we're going to go to is a glute bridge march. So for this one, we're going to stay in that same position. We're going to lift our hips up. We're going to march one knee into our chest, back down to the ground, and then lower the hips back down. And we're going to do the other side. Lift up, knee in, back down, hips back to the ground. Try to keep those hips up the whole time. When your knee's coming in towards your chest, you don't want those hips to drop. Good. One more time. Good. Next thing we're going to do is called a cat-cow. So for this one, we're going to be on all fours. We're going to tuck our chin into our chest and arch our back up to the sky. Then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to bring our chest down towards the ground and our chin up. We're also getting some motion in our hips here, moving our hips along with our back as well. And now that we've done that a couple times, we're going to take a full breath in each position. So we're going to look up, extend down our chest, breath. And then we're going to go the opposite way, full breath. Back down, one breath in and out. Back up. One more time. Awesome. So the goal of these exercises is for one of these to flow right into the next here. Okay, the next one we're going to do is we're going to do a half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So for this one, we're going to be on one knee. You can pad that knee if you want to with your mat. What we want to do is we want to focus on a good position here. So we don't want our hips back. We want our hips tucked underneath us. So we want to bring those hips underneath us here. Okay? And then we're going to just lean forward just a little bit. And we should feel a good stretch in that knee that's down, that side. We should feel that hip in the front being stretched here. So we're going to hold that position, and now we're going to focus on good breathing. So that same breathing that we did in the beginning with your diaphragm, we want to keep that style of breathing the whole time through. Go ahead and switch sides now. Get those hips underneath us. Lean forward just a little bit. And breathe. Alright, our next one. This one's called our split leg adductor mobility stretch. So we're going to have on one knee, have ourselves on one knee, one leg's going to be out to the side all the way. Our hands are going to be out in front of us. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on pushing our hips back and bringing our hips forward without bending at the lower back at all. So that's what it looks like from the front angle. Let me show you what it looks like from the side here. All right, back staying straight. I'm just moving the hips forward and backward. So let's stay on one side and then we'll switch in a little bit here. We're just going to move those hips back and forth. Should feel a good stretch in the inner thigh here. Good. Go ahead and switch sides now. Hands out in front of us. Just moving those hips forward and backward. Alright. Next one we're going to do is called a quadruped rib grab. So for this one, we're going to be on our hands and knees here. We're going to push our hips back just as far as you can. We want to sit back because this is going to lock our lower back in place. For this next one, we just want to rotate with our middle to upper part of our back. So what this is going to look like here, we're going to grab the ribs on our opposite side. So reach across your body, grab those ribs. And from there, while keeping our hips back, we're going to rotate up towards the ceiling and then back down. Rotate up and back down. Now if I were to keep my hips up like this, I would be able to use my lower back a lot. So that's why we really try to focus on sitting back just as far as you can. You might not be able to sit back all the way to your heels, that's okay. Just sit back as far as you can. And now that we've done it a couple times, now what we're going to do is we're going to come up, we're going to hold, and I want you to take a breath. Back down. Come up, hold, and breathe. When we breathe, guys, it allows our body to fully relax and even stretch a little bit further. So now we're going to come up, we're going to breathe, we're going to hold, and I want you to try to move a little bit further. And breathe, hold. Let's move a little bit further. Awesome. Now we're going to go on the other side. Show you from this ankle. Other side now, grab those ribs. Let's do a few rotations first. Just keep breathing. All right, now we're going to come up to the top. We're going to hold and breathe. Try to move a little bit further. Breathe. A little further. Awesome, back down. The next one is called threading the needle. So we're going to be on our elbows here. Okay, same position, hips back. We're going to reach through the space between our knee and our elbow here. So we're going to reach through and try to drive that bottom shoulder towards the opposite way. reaching through. My right shoulder is going to the left. I'm trying to reach as far as I can through. I'm going to go on the other side. On our forearms, going the other way. Thread the needle, reach through, just reach as far as I can. Good, we should be feeling this in our upper back. Shouldn't be any pain in the shoulder here at all. If there is, just back off a little bit on that stretch. Very nice. All right, next one we're going to do is called a yoga push-up. So for this one, we're going to have our hands right below our shoulders. Let's start on our knees here. Hands right below our shoulders. From this position, we're going to kick our feet back, okay? Try not to let your shoulders move from this position. So we're in a good push-up position here. We're going to push our head back towards our feet and our heels down towards the ground. And our hips are going to go up in the air. And we're going to come back down to this push-up position. So hips go up, heels go down towards the ground, and back. You might not be able to get your heels all the way down to the ground. That's okay. We should be feeling this in the back of our calves and our hamstrings here. Good. One more time. All right, now we're going to do what we call ankle pumps. So we're going to go one heel at a time. The other knee is going to come forward. The other heel is going to go down towards the ground. You can have your hips up a little bit higher on this. We're just focusing on the ankles now. Trying to get some good motion in those ankles. All right. Awesome. All right, next guys, we're going to do what's called a groiner. So on our knees, we're going to bring one foot out in front of us in this half kneeling position. Then our hands are going to go down to the ground here. Should feel a good stretch in the inner thigh here, in our groin. And what we're going to do is we're going to push the inside of this knee into the arm. And we're going to push our arm into the knee. We're going to fight against each other here. So ready? We're going to push. Knee into the arm into the knee. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And rest and relax. Just kind of sink into this position a little bit. And one more time, we're going to push. Ready? 1, 2, 3, push. Push, push, push. Keep holding, keep holding, keep holding. And relax. Just kind of let your body sink down into this position. All right, switch sides. Okay, same thing. We're going to push our elbow into our knee into our elbow. On the right side here, push. Keep breathing. And relax. Just let your body sink into this position. All right, let's do it again. And push. Fight against each other here. Keep breathing. And relax. Just let your body sink down in this position. All right. Awesome. Oh, feeling good, feeling loose. All right, next one, guys, we're going to go up onto our feet for this one. We're going to do some heel to toe rocking, okay? So for this one, we're going to just go up onto our toes, and then we're going to go to our heels. Now this is where the chair might come in handy here. You can always use a chair to feel more comfortable with balance with these. When you feel comfortable though, you can let go of the chair. We're rocking up and down. do some shoulder shrugs. So we're gonna go forward, try and draw the biggest circle you can with your shoulder blades. Real big circles here. Now we're going to go backwards, same thing. It's the opposite way. Big shoulders, big circles with those shoulders. Good. Next, we're going to do our alternating knee hugs. Again, we can use this chair for balance if we need to. What this looks like without the chair is we're going to grab one leg and we're going to pull it up nice and high. Okay, you can also use a wall here if you want to. Just grab it with one arm at a time. Whatever works for you. We're trying to get really tall on the leg that's on the ground. We want to make sure that we're not collapsing. We want to get up nice and tall when we're pulling those knees up. Working on our balance here and mobility. Good. The next one we're going to do a couple stretches with this chair. We're going to do some hamstring stretches here. This first one, the leg's going to go up on the chair, our heel's going to go up on the chair. Keep the leg as straight as you can. Okay? And we're not going to lean towards our foot. We're going to imagine like we're bringing our chest straight out in front of us. If we're trying to bring it, say there's a wall in front of us, we want to bring our chest straight to that wall. Feel good stretching your hamstring here. And remember to keep breathing, just like everything else. Keep breathing. Breathing is what allows our body to relax into that stretch. Good. Let's go to the other side. That chest straight out. Reach it towards the wall in front of you. Very nice. Go back to that first leg again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate towards the leg and then back. Rotate towards the leg, and then back. What we're doing by rotating here, again, we're moving our hips and our upper body at the same time, is we're stretching a different part of our hamstring. There's 3 muscles to the hamstring, and by doing this rotation, you'll feel it stretch the outside part of the hamstring a little bit more. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hold that rotation, and breathe. Show you what this looks like from this angle here. Lean it forward and rotate. Okay, other side. Get that leg nice and straight on the chair. Chest forward, hands behind the head. Rotate. Keep breathing. Good. All right. Last couple, we're going to do a V stance hold here. So legs are going to go out nice and wide, feet nice and wide, and we're going to reach down in front of us here. Our hands can be out in front of us to start, and then we're going to slowly walk them back to the middle. We're going to hold this position right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to walk our hands towards one of our feet, just as far as you can go. Keep those legs nice and straight. We're going to hold that position. We're going to go walk them slowly over to the other side. Going to hold this position. Walk them slowly back to the middle. See if you can reach them back behind you just a little bit. Then we're going to walk them back in front of us. And then slowly, slowly, slowly bring your body all the way back up to a nice standing position. All right, our last one of the day. It's called a squat to stand. So we're going to bring our feet up, about shoulder width apart. We can go a little bit wider, whatever's comfortable for you here. What we want to do is we want to grab underneath your toes. So if you need to bend your knees here, you can a little bit. But if you can keep them straight, that's even a little bit better. Grab underneath your toes. We're going to pull our hips down, and our elbows are going to go inside the knees as we sink our hips down. So we're going to hold this position for a little bit. Then we're going to keep holding onto our toes, and we're going to lift up our hips. So again, you might only go down to here. That's okay, just as far as you can. And then we're going to come back up. Straighten those legs out each time. Bring those hips down. If you can, even pull with your arms a little bit to sink those hips a little bit lower. Keep breathing. And come back up. Holding on to the toes, back down. Now we're going to hold this position, and we're going to rotate one arm up, look up towards that arm, come back down. Then we're going to go to the other side. Look up, rotate, back down. Relax those hips, bring them up for a second. We're going to do this one more time. Bring your hips all the way down here. Rotate. Up. Back down. Back down. Bring those hips up. And then slowly bring the rest of your body up. Very nice. Well done. That was our 20 minutes mobility. Hope you got a good stretch in. I know I did. Feeling nice and loose, feeling good. We really worked on that upper back and the hips today. That's the majority of what we're going to work on when we do mobility, is that part right there. So great job today, guys. We'll see you next time.